it in. Should I carry it song? I know y'all ain't heard the war chant in a minute, but the dribble is superb, so we might as well spread the word that he's online. He's knitted. You know what I mean? One flip, Rollo. Boom. Peace. At a BC with the Rollo. Shout out to everybody. Yizzo. London in the building. Brooklyn crypto, what's up? What's up with that crypto? Said Bitcoin has did a hell of a recovery the last couple of weeks. The bull him keep it a bean, South Philly. Oh my God. Oh man. Him keep it a bean. Let me help you out. Because I see Ken Intelligent ain't in here. Come up to Southeast. Man, you fucked that up. Hot heat sneakers when you come back to DC. Subscribe to the channel. He said, great interview with Chosen Raw. You got that. Shh. I told y'all it was going to be a flood. I told y'all it was going to be a 30-day flood. It's going to be a whole lot of dope content, whole lot of knittage. BK Crypto, I'm going to check that out. West Africa in the building. Oh yeah, shout out to Killer Coffee. Make sure y'all, if y'all in Staten Island, y'all go through there, man. Get y'all this dope ass hoodie, man. This hoodie got a soundtrack. Like you don't even, as soon as you buy it, you just start hearing Cam A. Ding ding. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Killer Coffee, man, Staten Island. Make sure y'all go through there and cop and shit. Word up. That Tickle Showtime. I'm dead serious. As soon as I seen it, man. As soon as I picked it up, socializing, vibing with my eyes on Dot. See that book cover lady that be blowing up the spot. Hey yo! He said, I stepped live. I think she see me putting out the pot. Peace, Dot. Ah! Killing that shit. He said, what happened with Haitian Jack? His name is blistering hot right now online. And I appreciate it. I appreciate your blessings coming to, a variety of packages and shit. He said, they don't know about Daytona. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as y'all coming in here. I got to shout some people out. Brian Brown from Missouri City, Texas. Alicia Best from Atlanta. Sean Anderson from Canton, Ohio. James Swint from Brooklyn, New York. Marcus Hashim from Philly. Marcel Fairfax from Philly. Kareem Mowat from DC. Rasan Powell from Erie, Pennsylvania. And Ant McBain from Burlington, North Carolina. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Your knittage is en route, man. That shit going, as soon as you open up your mailbox, you shh. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go to the website and get right. So, I hope y'all been enjoying the flood. The flood. I hit y'all with some Busy Bee, part 1. Hit y'all with Tash from the Alcoholics, part 1. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Tone Makes Music from Las Vegas. Word. Pillmatic 2 on the way. And again, I appreciate y'all. The half-truths that has flooded online has triggered the search engine, of course. And whenever they speak Haitian Jack, my video library just goes boom. So that's what's going on right now with the dribble. If y'all listen to my previous podcast episode on the dribble on available on all streaming sites, if y'all listen to the last episode, y'all caught that Steve Arrington and that EST, man. That was specially packaged from me to the truck drivers, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. I took a lick on that copyright violation. I took it on the chin, man. Steve Arrington gonna get his money, but I did it. Frank Bossier said, "You gave Mark Curry a chance to clean it up. He's really digging a hole for himself." Really enjoyed the Tash interview. He said they lying saying Haitian Jack wore Tupac jewelry. If you go listen to Dexter Isaac's internet video, his interview that I did with him in 2017, he says clearly that Jack bought Tupac similar jewelry that he had. They had similar pieces of jewelry. I imagine that he was talking about them bone chains and them bone links and shit, because that's what they sold to Peanut, and I believe they still got a chain. I'm 100% sure that Dexter said that it's still a chain somewhere. He said, "I watched the Art of Dialogue. They saying Jack had on Pac jewelry the day after he got booked. Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that?" He said, "Mark looked like he not with what Greg is saying about that." Let me ask y'all something else. The paperwork, because they saying he snitched again. But where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork? Docket number, co-defendant, victim. Where's it at? He said, "Nah, I'm past it. I already freaked that Haitian Jack thing, man, and I wrote a book about it, but I gotta make sure I stand on truth. And there's a lot of deception going on, but I felt a type of way about it initially until it triggered that motherfucking algorithm. And of course, the library, the numbers went crazy. So you gonna learn, and I learned something in the process. So how about that?" Jack owned Manhattan proper and barbershop and real estate. I don't know if he owned Manhattan proper. They came for that bracelet, chain, and Rolex. He said they came for it. You know why? They knew it was real. Because Jack bought it. He said that when they heard it was, when he got wind of who they was going to rob, he said they was on it for real then, because they knew the shit was real. Like, oh, he gonna let us rob him? Or whatever, you know what I mean? Brian Yaney, what up? If he had the jury, he could just say it. Scooter sold the bracelet and chain, and Dexter took the credit for it. It's the first time I heard Scooter's name with it. I know the other name. Of the other guy. Well, there was two of them. One of them deceased. One of them still living. During the course of me and Dexter's dialogue, I got a call like, "Oh, don't say that name," because he's, you know what I mean? Like, don't say that name. And it wasn't a threatening man type thing. It was just some of my people. They was like, yo, y'all getting close. Old timers to this day out in the bush of the 90s in Brooklyn tell stories about Jack. He was a real don. He didn't even have to give a head. Nah, motherfuckers just wanted to impress him by putting work in. Part two, you got to be a member to my channel. That's how you can watch it. It's members only. It's up there. The part two is public, but part one, you got to be a member. Get a membership. I think it's $2.99. My man said, I know the other dude that died. You know I'm telling the truth. He said, Mark, hot out here right now, too. Blistering hot. Blistering hot. But it's some misinformation involved with his run right now. It not out of his mouth. Not out of his mouth. I believe everything that came out of Mark Curry's mouth has been truthful. Has been truthful. Word. He said Mark is entertaining. He is. Charisma. Trey Bucks. Yeah. Mark allowed dude to cap about the Suge and Jake situation. Somebody hit me directly and said, yo, I was standing right there when that happened. Nothing happened to Jermaine Dupri, bro. I said, word. He was like, it was Jermaine Dupri's party. Jermaine invited Suge to the party. He didn't do anything to Jermaine Dupri, and he didn't do nothing to his bodyguard. That's not true. But it's being packaged as if it's the truth. Smokestack. Yeah, that's what it sound like, right? Everybody gonna get what's coming to him. He said, who do you believe? I know the truth. I know the truth. You know how when somebody tell you a lie, eventually you'll find out it's a lie. It could be 5 years, 5 weeks, 5 months, 10 years. You'll eventually find out it's a lie, right? Dexter Isaac's truth it has stood the test of time. It has. You know how when you know something about somebody and you know they riding and you're not really gonna say nothing because you with them and shit like that. When they fell out, when they fell out, he told it all and he wrote it in a book. I didn't bring this to life. I just happened to interview Jack, but Dexter Isaac told every detail of the robbery. He told it to me a lot of times too. I would take him back through it and shit for one reason or another. You know what I mean? Because we used to talk all the time, all the fucking time. I don't think he had nobody else to call from prison all like that. Like it could have been like me and maybe someone else. You know what I mean? Like after you've been doing a lot of time, 20 years, 15, 20 years and shit, sometimes your lines don't be popping. So he used to call me a lot. And I would ask him about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it was real because when I got that call about, yo, be cool, it was from a whole nother borough. It was from a whole nother borough. It was from a whole nother borough than Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, be cool and shit. You know, it wasn't no threat or nothing. The dude not living like that no more. It was a long time ago. Just that, you know, we cool with him. He cool with us. That's our people and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, why take Jack word over Mark Curry? Everything Mark Curry has said has been accurate. I don't question nothing he said. I was saying Greg Taylor. He when he said he seen Jack wearing Tupac's jewelry the next day, that was a lie, or you can say an exaggeration. It was a lie. He could have said he seen Jack wearing similar jewelry than what he seen Tupac wearing or something like that. But he's not even that type of dude. I'm not bullshitting. Andrew Malone, peace. What up, Gully? It's been a minute since I caught a live. However, your words and actions definitely speak volumes as the best content creator online. Appreciate your work, King. Appreciate you too. It's the accuracy. It's the accuracy, man. But you know that everything that these niggas is telling me, I'm writing down on paper everything that Dexter is saying out his fucking mouth. I'm writing it down on paper. I'm editing it. I gotta edit. So I gotta play it in front of me over and over and over. If somebody's ever gonna get caught in a lie, an editor will fucking catch you and shit. Because it's right there in front of me and shit. I got to hear it and listen to it and shit. He never said anything that wasn't. Only thing that he said that shook up some shit that people said, no, that ain't true. And I said to myself, I don't know. Them niggas got pretty mad. I don't know if that's the truth or not. Is when he said that Dexter, I know when Dexter said the stretch was involved, them niggas from Queens, info minds of them niggas. Timbo, what up? Them Queens niggas got mad. I believe Stretch brother is still living. His name is Majesty or something like that. Peace to Queens. But they didn't like that shit. But it just so happens, everything that Dexter said, Tupac said it on a song. Before Dexter said it and shit. To that nigga that used to roll with me, God bless the dead. Switch sides, guess his new friends wanted him dead. That's what he said, something like that. He said that way before Dexter. He said it way before Dexter said, yo, he was down with it and shit. He was a part of it and shit. He said that shook up a lot. People was fucked up about that. They didn't like that. But he said, yeah, Majesty was interviewed on Art of Dialogue. New York Street Voices said Little Sean had the chain on in the Don P video. I don't know who did have the chain on. I know that it would probably be one of the underlings. It ain't gonna be Jack. He's not gonna wear it the next day. He's not gonna wear it the next day. If y'all think Haitian Jack wasn't paranoid of something happening to him, people doing something to him on behalf of Tupac, y'all sadly mistaken. After that shit happened, if once Tupac was at odds with him, don't you know he was worried about his personal safety too? Believe you me, believe you me. Probably not worried about Tupac, but shit that could happen from fans and admirers and shit like that. He said that BMF situation is truthful. They said they had a bag on Jack Head. I never wanted to get on here and say this. Somebody said it on my Instagram platform. I never wanted to get on the internet and say this. I said it subtly before. I never wanted to say that them niggas put Big Meech in the trunk because nobody would believe me. Nobody would believe me until such and such said it on my Instagram in the comments. And he was in Jimmy Henchman's company, and he was around them dudes and all of that. But he said it's true. it wasn't gonna be a bunch of cocaine around and he wasn't gonna rob somebody, man. Like all of that chain. I already said this previously. I said if BMF was in like Philly, New Jersey, New York, you know, the East Coast, the I-95 corridor. If BMF was on the I-95 corridor, it would have been so many robberies and killings, yo. It would have been motherfuckers jumping out of the windows trying to rob them. But down south, it was a little different. Like, I'm not saying that the niggas from the south wasn't trying to rob, but I'm just saying when a Brooklyn nigga seen that shit, somebody's jewelry is somebody. It's gonna be a goddamn robbery. Seriously. He said that proves Pac wasn't lying about Stretch being a turncoat. Dexter corroborated it. And that's somebody who was on the inside of the robbery. My opinion is Stretch was involved. His actions after the fact, like doing shows with Biggie in the way he spoke about Pac shooting himself. Stretch was the one that told him, Jimmy Henchman said, if you want to go to war, you got to get your chips up. You got to get your money up or some shit like that. And that would tell you that he was in communication with the man. He said that's why they felt so comfortable in Atlanta. They had free reign. Yeah. He said, was Jack a real gangster? I wasn't around the shit that he was doing. When I interviewed Haitian Jack, I was naive to the company that I was in. I didn't know the magnitude. Haitian Jack is just like one of them niggas that you seen in one of them people that would be battling with James Bond. One of them James Bond villains and shit. Just like that. Seriously. For real. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I started hearing about a lot of this shit afterwards. After I interviewed him, like everybody didn't know. After I did that documentary, then all the victims start coming out and coming to my DM, my inbox and shit like that, and start telling me the shit that he was doing. Like that dude who got on that platform and said that Jack took his brother in the desert and made him get out. I didn't believe that shit. That shit was so funny, man. I didn't believe that shit, man. But if you think about it, just think about it. If you think about it, man, that's some you know, some fucking that's some scandalous shit right there. Them gangsters tied to the entertainment industry in the 90s and early 2000s was thorough. Imagine this, right? Imagine this. You in a you in a limousine with somebody that you feel is famous. You know what I mean? You see this cat around Wyclef and all of these people, Akon and all these people. Oh man. It's magic. Straight up. He said if Pac warned Pac, if Mike Tyson warned Pac about Jack, what is that telling you? He said, what you say, Gully, Jack, an international criminal? Definitely. 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 Hell yeah. His cohorts and shit like that. He ain't fuck with no Americans all like that. He ain't fuck with no Americans all like that. He probably fuck with, Brooklyn, fuck with Supreme. That's some, you know what that is. And Scooter, everybody else is of another nationality. Hatchet, John Bloody Hatchet was a Geechee from South Carolina, deep backwoods, Geechee country, type person.
Everybody else is Jamaican, Trinidadian, or Haitian or some shit like that. I used to always see Jack with Nut from LG in the tunnel in Manhattan proper. I heard a lot of people said that Nut had started to like pattern himself after Jack, you know, in his style of dress and shit like that when they was running together. Yeah. I just told y'all who got the fucking jewelry from the robbery. I just told y'all that on the other joint. I told y'all who got it. And y'all sitting here telling me that y'all was seeing Jack and Peanut hanging in the tunnel in Manhattan proper together and shit. That's who they sold the fucking jewelry to. He said Hatchet and Scooter both from South Carolina. They had a fake Jamaican accent. Super villains. I was in Jamaica this past summer. Y'all remember when I was in Jamaica this past summer? I went over there to interview Ricky Lee. We was in touch all the way until I got there. When I got there, we continued to, you know, be in touch, and we going about setting things up. And he tried something that told me I cannot trust you with my life. Can't trust you. I can't trust you. Can't trust you, G. You know what I mean? You gotta pay attention to other shit that motherfuckers will do. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you gotta pay attention to other shit that motherfuckers will do before they get to being able to touch your body straight up like that before any. Oh no. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, my spidey senses went off. Oh no, fam. No. No. I already know. I already know. I didn't heard about y'all work. I didn't heard about y'all work. No, sir. So I just, and we was put together. We was put together by I could say it. We was all over there together. I went over there to meet Bryce Wilson from Groove Theory and shit. And that's who put me and Ricky Lee together. And Bryce, I believe Bryce is, you know, from another country too, originally maybe Trinidadian or something like that. But you know, he done been in America long enough to understand what the fuck I'm saying. I told him, yo, my nigga, that nigga Jamaican, man. I don't give a fuck about nothing that you saying, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about nothing that you saying. I fuck with you. He said, Bryce Jamaican. Okay, well, he been in. Tell me if you want me to. He was in America long enough to understand what the fuck I was saying to him. Yo, my nigga. I already know, man. This is how they got meat. This is how they got meat. This is how they got fucking meat. I'm telling you. I got all of this in my mind and shit. Like any funny shit, any vibe. I'm not questioning no vibes. Period. Soon as I hear the little voice, what you say? You know that little voice in your head? What you say, my nigga? I know I'm getting the fuck out of here right now. Ask Bryce. You know, our relationship continued, but we never even really discussed it. That I basically went over there, man, just stopped talking to dude, man. Like, try some slick shit, yo. Hey, yo. Try some slick shit, told me. Oh, I'm like, oh, if you'll do that, you'll kill. No. I ain't stepping foot off this resort, period. Under no circumstances. Under no circumstances. Peace. He said Jay-Z never rock with those Flatbush dudes. I don't know. He said Madonna messed with Jack and Peter Shue, who had the most power out of them two. I don't know Peter Shue's body of work like that. I know him as a concert promoter, party promoter, and shit. He said, Gully, always follow your gut feeling, homie. You and Jamrock, they'll chop your ass up out there and be evaporated. I already know. I watch National Geographic. I already know what type of animals and shit is in fucking Jamaica. I already know. And I wasn't in the tourist shit. I went to someplace else. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to Montego Bay. I was in someplace else. But ain't nothing up. Fuck that. If you some of y'all probably got it. He said Little Sean's still scared to respond to Jack Speaks. Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing and shit. Just try to leave it alone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Flatbush in the 90s in East New York was instilling fear in the motherfuckers back then. He said, don't trust the Trini. A Trini will backdoor you real smooth. I already got in my head that you want a Jack's Goonies for real and shit. You know, Ricky Lee, you want a Jack Goonies and shit. So I don't know y'all current status, relationship, da 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 da. I don't know. But you won't get up, you ain't gonna you ain't gonna win no points off of Cynthia's boy. He said Flatbush in East New York was ruthless. The Z experience. Let me help you up out of here, then, my nigga. Let me get him up out of here. Have you ever spoke to Jack about Dexter? Yep. I have spoken to him about Dexter. I was talking to them around the same time heavily. Yeah. Walaikum salam. Flatbush in Brooklyn was home to the Shower Posse and Rinkers. They used to hang in a club called Love People, very dangerous spot. And all of them island niggas hung up in there together. And all them island niggas was the ones involved with that robbery and shit. You think them niggas went and did all of that shit to Pac for free and just gave the jewelry to gave it back to Haitian Jack? We gonna go in here and rob him for free and give everything we take to Jack to wear. Don't even make sense. And him wearing it the next day, that was bizarre. But you know, art of dialogue, he gonna put whatever he want in the title and shit. I'm cool. I got a whole library of Haitian Jack content that's bubbling behind this shit. You know, videos that was forgotten. And he mentioned Delroy Uzi. I heard a lot of people were scared of him, except for Baby Sam. Jack told me that most Americans is afraid of Jamaicans. Real Jamaicans. I ain't talking about all Jamaicans. Y'all know the type of Jamaicans I'm talking about. Them rude boys. Them niggas that be in the penitentiary working out by themselves. Nobody be attacking them niggas, telling them niggas you gotta show paperwork or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas be doing their little workouts by themselves. Nobody talk to them and shit like that. Them kind of Jamaicans. Y'all know them type of Jamaicans. They don't adhere to no gang shit. Like, you know, none of the rules apply to them and shit. None of the politics apply to them niggas. They be over there sitting off to the side. Don't nobody say nothing to them. They don't say nothing to nobody. Them niggas. He said, you was locked up with Albion with the general. I was on the block with the general. I was on the block with the general. I was on the block with Rambo too. He said, the quiet ones. Yeah. They be in the yard doing all them fucking spider exercises and shit. Like they don't really be lifting weights and shit. They be doing stretches and shit like that. He said, yes, sir. Them niggas. He said, nigga, on the West, the Jamaicans don't move nothing. We don't give a fuck. Y'all respect the Mexicans, though, huh? Y'all respect the Mexicans, huh? I don't think a lot of Jamaicans was out there like that. I know the Shower Posse probably was in LA briefly, but what you want, my nigga? He said, Ricky Lee give me Screwface vibes from Mark of Death. He said, we beef with Mexicans. That ain't what I heard. That ain't what I heard. He said, the Jamaicans move quietly out here. That's why. When you dropped the combo with Jack and Jimmy, was Jack being sarcastic with Jimmy? Nah, I think he was, I'm glad you said that. Ori Spado, in his interview with Vlad TV, called Haitian Jack a rat. And then when he went to lay down his reasons, he went on to say, I don't got no proof. I got no proof of this. And he said he was in jail with a guy named Romy, right? He said he was in jail with a guy named Romy, right? Jack and Jimmy Henchman is talking about Romy on the phone. They talking about Romy together on the phone. So that kills that. And again, at the end of Ori Spado's interview, he said, I got no proof of this. He said, a lot of people was going to jail around him, right? When I interviewed him, y'all gonna remember this awkward moment. I said, out of all of this shit that you did, right? I said, how much time did you do? I think he said 9 years or 40. He said, it all adds up to like 9 years. And I was like, for real? Y'all remember that? Yeah, he said 9 years. Y'all remember? I was like, for real? And people in the comments was like, why did I say that, right? It's because how active I was told that he was, right? But apparently, this motherfucker was pretty good and elusive. You know, yeah, I said, that's all? Yeah, because of all the shit that he's supposed to have did. But apparently, he's motherfucking elusive and slick. And he got a way of operating where he don't be getting in trouble. And I know that he wouldn't put a person that operates like that, that's careful like that. He's not going to put Tupac's chain around his neck the day after the robbery when it's all on the news and shit like that. And this is taken in a robbery, aggravated robbery. Somebody was shot, shots was fired and shit. He's not gonna wear this in public for everybody. It just don't make sense. He's slick, man. He's slick. He's slicker than that. This is what I'm trying to stress. You know what I'm saying? This is what I have in support of. It was exaggerated. It was a lot for real. He did say in your interview he has people in high places. He do. Do you plan on a live with Haitian Jack soon? Nah, my work is done with Jack, man. I already did that. I wrote a book about it. That's me and him right there. You can go get that from Amazon or you can get it on my website, therealdribble.com. That's done. That's done. He said, why Wack try associating himself with Jack? Dick rider, no magnetism. A lot of people try to do that, or people do that for some reason. Like when I was there with him, Over the course of 4 days, all types of A-list rappers called him, music executives, actors. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm like, damn, man, like, the fuck is this about? Like, you really that nigga, huh? Like, Jack was a foreign diplomat. His family was a part of Papa Doc regime. Um, you saying why Wack try to associate himself with Jack? Same way that Big U did. If Jack wasn't in that Hip Hop Uncovered documentary, nobody would have watched that shit, man. They only had Bimmy in it. Bimmy and Jack was the only two draws, but I'm just saying, me knowing Jack and Jack's story, it was no reason for Big U to be a part of a production with Jack. But he went over there and made that. So that's what people do. And they pay greatly. They pay for that shit. They pay for them pictures and that, that hanging out and all of that type of shit. It's a fee. It's some fees and shit. You know what I mean? No bullshit. They said Jack got that magnetism. He do. He do. He's a radiant nigga. Wavy. Fly. George Fly. You know what I'm saying? Be around a bunch of, filthy rich, influential people type shit. They was capping a lot in that interview. You see Jermaine Dupri was mad as hell about them saying Suge slapped him. You got to keep in mind, there's alcohol involved. Maybe ecstasy. So maybe everybody's recollection wasn't as accurate as they thought. This happened a long time ago, but the information that I have on Haitian Jack, Juelz Agnet, I researched it all the way down to the Haitian Revolution. And if you watch the part 2 of Haitian Jack Speaks, you got some of that. I did it thoroughly. I looked. Don't y'all know, if they found paperwork on him, my whole shit is belly up. All the work I did with him is belly up. It's fucked up. Don't y'all know that? Don't you know I've been looking? Don't you know I've been looking? You know how many criminal cases, docket numbers, transcripts, dossiers, big indictments in DC, like other places that he was at. I found nothing but robbery victims. I found nothing but robbery victims. Juelz, that's his name, Juelz Agnet. I found nothing but robbery victims, man. I'm dead serious, man. Nothing but robbery victims. He said Big U was locked up the entire time when hip hop was taking over in the 90s. He should have never been on that rap documentary. Yeah, that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. He didn't belong on there, man. Talking about they was at the skating ring setting up fades. Man, what the fuck, man? Chauncey, man, what the fuck, man? Fucking up the party and shit. He said, how you pronounce it? Jack Agnet. Under Secrecy Act, if such is true, it will be exposed within 25 to 50 years of when he first allegedly ratted. It's been close to 30 years, right? My man said never even heard of Big U. Me neither. Not until these niggas made him famous. The Nipsey Hussle situation and shit. He said, was Big U extorting Nipsey? I ain't got no grounds to say anything like that. I don't know. I know that I got a bad vibe about him being around Nipsey. I wasn't no Nipsey Hussle fanatic or nothing like that. I met him before. He's a cool dude. He smoked. His music was okay. Um, I didn't. He struck me as a skateboarder for real. He didn't have no reason, in my opinion, to be around somebody like Biggie. But people make their own decisions and shit. Yo, fam, I think you need that exclusive with Suge Knight. Your interviews hit different. People need to take notice of these things. Dave Mays, you hear these people? Didn't you see that the energies and the atmosphere, the magnetism and the energies wouldn't allow you to get that episode off with Angela Yee when it should have came to me? Hey, yo, Mano was there to sabotage that shit. That's what he was there for. You know what I'm saying? He's working for me. He's working for me. He's lobbying for me. He's lobbying for me. He's a lobby boy. Straight up. Sabotage that girl interview, man. That's crazy as hell. He said, interview Suge Knight. I should. Who's qualified to interview Suge Knight? Big U wasn't tough when he got whooped by them some on security guards at that club. '80 and Casino Mike got the money he was fronting with in his whips. Why is Benny over in the dirty section with Mikey T? I told him about that. I was shout out to Bimmy. He always treated me kind and fair, and he was always generous and shit. But Bimmy talked too many. Bimmy deal with too many motherfucking YouTubers and shit, too many YouTube personalities and shit like that. Man, when I found out that he was talking to all of us, dealing with us all and shit, like talking to all of us, texting, communicating with all of us, I was like, damn, fam, for real? Big U and his homie fought like four Samoans, and the club owner paid Big U $225K because they knew what was coming. I met him at Club Cameo in Miami and shit. Tupac saying his name without a face for all those years put a different type of mystery around Jack. Didn't nobody know what he looked like even after Tupac said his name. Jimmy Henchman put a picture of him in Vibe magazine with Vivica Fox. That was the first time anybody who didn't see him in the flesh knew what he looked like. He said, Bimmy an OG, he has no sword in the fight. He just showing love to everybody. I can't fuck with nobody who's showing love to everybody. Not in this business anyway and shit. That's just not fair play. Niggas that be on that type of shit. I can't fuck around with niggas that be like that. And I like Bimmy and shit. I'm just saying this because y'all asking me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of the first to interview him. I felt special and shit. I felt like I was really that nigga. But to see him go on and on all these different platforms and shit, like, I just don't think that's good. He said, Mano for My City featuring BG, New Orleans remix. The Lakers. Haitian Jack didn't look as expected. Was expecting him to be a big, war-faced black guy. He is black. He's Haitian. Don't get no blacker than that. Pac was told numerous times to watch who he was running with. That's like in the streets. Every dude can holler at the plug or the bad chicks. Everyone shouldn't be able to talk to him but the big guys. That's just all I'm saying. Jamal, you already said that on my platform. Why are you announcing this to me? That's Molly G right there. Molly G says I'm going on Art of Dialogue this week and telling how I slapped Jermaine Dupri. You already said that on my channel, Maul. Do your thing. You think Greg Taylor's story legit? Nah, he lied. He just lied about that, the jewelry part. That the story he told about him ratting on him, because a video, he got a video that said he ratted on him. Need docket numbers. I was just reminding you of that, Maul. Are you gonna say that when you go over there, Maul? Marley, are you gonna say that when you go over there? Are you gonna say I previously mentioned this on the dribble? We gonna see. I love Pac, but he was one of reckless in the '90s. Mark won't say my name, Ma. Pac got set up because he called them groupies and hangers on. I believe that aggravated some people. I believe that aggravated some people. He didn't like that. Hey, Ma. Hey, Ma. You told me. You told me you seen Jack with that jewelry on. You told me you seen Jack with that jewelry on too. You said you seen him with you. You told me you seen him with it on in California. You did. You did. I swear to God, you did. Somebody else told me they seen Tut with it on in Brooklyn. He did. I know he's watching this too. I ain't gonna say his name, but I know you watching this, my nigga. You told me. A lot of people told me that. They swore up and down. You probably can Google this. Marley said, I saw Jack with Tupac jewelry on. I just said you told me that. You did. Is it true Suge was originally a bodyguard for Bobby Brown? Yes. Jewelry can be kind of common that if it was similar. It was them bone chains. It was them bone link bracelets and shit like that. Everybody that was getting some money at the time had them. Not then though. Not in '94. Niggas didn't get them until like the Belly era. Them same joints DMX and Nas was wearing in Belly. That's '98. So it took niggas a few years to catch up, but that probably will even narrow it down even more. Greg lied about owning the Platinum House. V owned the Platinum House. I know about V. I remember Jack saying whatever he bought Tupac. I don't fuck with Reggie Wright. And Reggie Wright is the fucking police. He's active. I don't fuck with him. I met Jackie Rowe on Instagram. I never met her in person. That's a super interview. I don't think she with it though. Draymond kind of He pressed the issue. He shouldn't have did what he did. The suspension was coming. It was. Greg was a rim thief that had a bunch of people mad at him about buying rims from his shop. Even Pac was screaming on Greg's brother about gold datings. I don't know about him being a rim thief. I know him to be a hustler. Dexter said he gave the jury to Jimmy Henchman, so how did Jack have it on the next day? Airdrop. 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 He said that's true. Pac was mad about the rims. I didn't attack G credibility, Ma. I said he lied about seeing Haitian Jack wearing Tupac's jewelry the day after the robbery. He said Dexter never gave the jewelry to Jimmy. He gave a ring to Jimmy. He gave a ring to Jimmy that Jimmy would give to a girlfriend, have resized and given to a girlfriend. Probably was one of the rings with the stars on it or some shit like that. Spencer had the jewelry and gave the jewels to his little man Sean. Peanut ended up with it. You said Sean had it. Dexter said Peanut had it. Somebody else said Tut had it. That all says that it was in Brooklyn. But for it to been on Haitian Jack's neck 24 hours later, probably a stretch. Most lawyers said, I believe Dexter. The jewelry went on a world tour. Now, it went to Brooklyn. It did. I think it was sold for like a big 8 or a quarter brick or some shit like that, and some money. Peanut had that bracelet after Pac. I said that. I said that. Rim thief meaning owning a rim shop and stiffing people for rims. He also lost his distribution from companies for not paying. That ain't hustling to me. Hey, it's always good to have good input. I know when I hear something that's inaccurate though, and I fuck with G. So he said this is back in '97. Tupac got robbed in 1994. King from Ohio, no. Make sure y'all go check out the interview I did with Tash from Alcoholics. I'm about to get up out of here. Pac was foul for telling Jack that Biggie says stay away. It's the last thing I'm going to say on here. I'm going to get up off of here, right? Me and Jack was sitting on the couch one night, and somehow Junior Mafia name came up. Biggie and Junior Mafia and them came up. And he said that. He said something about his eyes and his face got really serious and shit at the mention of Biggie's name. It was kind of quiet for a minute. I was like, shit. This is what they be talking about. This is what they be talking about. somebody was in my comments, man. Well, not in my comments, in my DM on my old IG page, and he said, man, let me tell you something. He was like, that nigga looked like a model and shit. Wavy ass hair, you know what I'm saying? Sports cars, the way he dressed and shit like that, you wouldn't even think that he had it in him. He said, man, when that nigga got two hammers in his hands, when he got two 45s in his hands and his bulletproof vest on, he turns to the fucking Incredible Hulk. And the person that said that to me and shit, it was just the tone that it was said and shit. You know what I'm saying? Word. He said, let's not act like they didn't have niggas retaliate. I don't know what up with that. He said, y'all in love with Jack. Nah, all the dialogue in love with Jack. He went as far as publishing videos and shit with misleading titles. It's been an hour. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all go to the website and get knitted, therealdribble.com. Shout out to Killer Coffee. Make sure y'all go fuck with all of my new content, man, with Hassan Johnson, Tash from the Alcoholics, Chosen Roof for Vegas. Man, I went on a real run, man, the last couple of weeks, man. Make sure y'all go check out all of that shit. And go look at all of my classic Haitian Jack content for the truth. No exaggerations. Peace.